So everything that we've feared for has started to come to pass. Breakdown of the support from the PSEi, and you have a dollar appreciating even further against the peso. Check this out. So hi everyone, welcome to another update on what's happening in the markets. A lot of things are happening just after a lot of fundamental and economic data started to, swing towards a negative direction since last week, and we're seeing the markets now interact and also react in a negative direction as compared to what the data is actually saying. Please remember this, no? From the previous months, we've been relatively bearish. Nothing much has changed. We haven't really reversed. So whatever action you're seeing is also a byproduct of the market not really being bullish as well. So before we break everything down, allow me to invite you guys to subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this Facebook page so you get updated on what's happening on a regular basis, because I don't know, the goal and the heart of this channel is really to help you guys build the conviction to trade the markets with ease and confidence. That you have to remember, markets move up and down, markets drop, but this should not also create a sense of fear. This shouldn't create a sense of you being scared, but to be able to win, you should overcome emotions. You should also come in with a plan, and I hope that this interpretation, this data helps you win the markets. But it not just helps you win, but it helps you build your own strategy. It gives you a reference point on how you can actually do things with conviction as well. So let's break everything down. I mentioned this in previous videos that a drag in our economy is inflation, GDP, hiring of interest rates going higher and higher and higher. Now we're seeing from a technical perspective the charts also confirming everything. By the way, today, the US dollar hit above 54 levels. If you've watched the previous videos I made, from a technical analysis standpoint, I believe this could hit around 55 from a tech standpoint. So fundamental data might show you 54.5, but I think from a tech standpoint, we could possibly hit 55 over the short to mid-term. So possibly also by December, of course, there will be more remittances coming in that can help support and protect the peso. But from now until the time happens, there's a possibility that you can see the peso depreciate further and the dollar continue to increase. Now let's look at the charts, let's look at the PSE, let's look at where it could go. For those who've been following the previous videos also, I've mentioned that we have a support at around 7,500, 7,480, 7,490, around that levels. Something happened today. You had a large sell-off again today, which was strong enough to break the market past the 7,500 level. What does that mean? You now have two consecutive large red candles. For those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, follow our candlestick techniques. Whenever you see an indecision followed by large red candles, you know how bearish the stock is. But it isn't just that bearish, but it also broke already from the 7,500 level. For those who follow the moving averages that we use, a lot of them already have turned bearish. A lot of them also have shown confirmations that this movement is relatively a very bearish move for the market, along with other indicators positioning it as a more bearish stance. You also have price and momentum oscillators showing us that the market is relatively bearish at this point in time, as accelerated and as confirming whatever data that we have that isn't so rosy for the markets. So now, if the markets fail to go back to the 7,500 level, I think it's fair game, that we could revisit the 6,975 to 7,000 levels that we hit over the short term. So watch out for it. Failure to go back to 7.5 will bring it to around 6,975 or 7,000 for the midterm. If it goes back to 7.5, then it's fair game again for the markets to hit 7,900. And that's how you segment your trades. That's how you go about your trades. That it's not just about being optimistic or pessimistic, but it's about just looking at it also from a technical standpoint. So If it breaks down, your battle plan is to stay away first. Don't buy markets that are falling. Don't buy falling knives. Your goal is to position when we find a clear reversal or once it hits a stronger support level. So now, that strong support level could be at around 6975 if the breakdown continues, or if it bounces back and stays above 75, then you can see a 75 to 79 move over the midterm. So there, please remember, I know some people, some of you guys who started investing early this year are probably suffering some sort of paper loss, especially those who haven't sold yet, and you guys bought at 85, 87, 89 early this year. Please remember, the best way for you to win is to designate areas, especially if you're a trader. Designate areas for you from the technicals, from the charts, on where you're supposed to sell, where you're supposed to cut your losses, and where you're supposed to take profits should those signals continue to surface that you need to actually get away from the stock already. But if you are an investor, that's where you need to know your fundamentals very well, that if certain stocks become super cheap, certain stocks become so attractive, that's when you start coming in, but you don't buy them while they're falling, and you don't buy them at levels that they're relatively expensive as well. So it has to be a combination of a stock that has stopped falling, is still growing, and is relatively cheap. So I'll give you a more updated, I guess, review also on particular stocks that are oversold and are relatively cheap as well, and you can start coming in and positioning in the stock. This review is for the markets. As noticed also, no volumes are not as convincing as well. It's not something for markets to move higher. You really need a large combination of local and foreign buyers willing to buy the market higher. But as of this point in time, again, we don't have a catalyst. We don't have anything compelling to push people to buy at higher levels as of this time. So that's it for now. I hope videos like this encourage you and that you don't base everything on emotions, but you follow and you rotate your strategy using technicals and fundamental analysis. So that's it for now. I hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. Marvin Guillermo. See you all again soon.